All right, guys. So this month I want to go over something short because we had a lot of VMEs and stuff like that. So I don't want to take too much of your guys' time, but I do want to share with you guys a book that I recently read. I love reading books. I always want to continue to learn. There's so much I could get better at. And reading books is a great way because I want to learn from smart people. And this is a great book, 12 Rules for Life. Don't worry, we're not going to go over all 12. Jordan Peterson. Something I really recommend you guys reading, and I want to go over some of these rules here, just 3 of them, okay? So rule number 2, treat yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. So he starts off with this one, with a statistic that some of you guys own dogs or cats. People who own dogs and cats, when they're sick, they take them to the vet, and the vet says, hey, take a prescription, this many per day for this many days. And then they follow it to the T. They're like, I'm responsible for this dog. I'm gonna make sure they get the prescription. I'm gonna take care of this thing here that I'm responsible for. Now, when you're sick, a lot of times people don't go to the doctor. And when they do, they get a prescription, but they're like, I don't wanna take it. Or they don't follow the procedure, and then they don't take care of themselves as well. I mean, think about all the bad things we do to ourselves, what we put into our bodies and stuff like that. Whereas like a dog, they're like, okay, I'm not gonna feed him this because it's gonna make him sick. But for yourself, you're like, I'm just gonna, put bad things in my body. So why is that? In a way, it is something that's in us, where he explains that it's because we know too much about ourselves. Okay, so if you know someone did something, you're like, I don't like that person because they did that. Sometimes you get that. But you know everything you've already done. Like, you have to live with that, of what you've done in the past. So sometimes, deep down, you don't actually like yourself. Like, you don't feel like you deserve that care. So why should you help yourself?
Because if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will.
No one else will. Okay, so it's kind of weird because you don't take care of, I mean, your own dog will probably want you to take care of yourself because it wants you to take care of him too. So it's in the best interest for everybody for you to take care of yourself, but people just don't take care of themselves. But why should you help yourself? Like Roxana said, no one can help you better than yourself. Well, no one has more of a vested interest in yourself to help yourself. No one's gonna care more about yourself than you. And then, who knows yourself better than anybody?
Yourself.
The same thing, right? You know everything you did, but then now you know all your weaknesses, what you need to get better at. So you're more qualified to help yourself than anybody else. Another thing that he mentions, and I totally agree with, is not only do you want to help yourself because, it's good for you, but you actually have a responsibility. You have a moral obligation to help yourself. Okay? Because if you don't help yourself, who's that helping? You actually become a burden to your family members. Okay, so you know how some people, unfortunately, maybe have some experience or have friends or know people that didn't help themselves, and they just become a burden for other people. If you don't help yourself, actually, you could become a burden to the agency too. You're costing the agency money, but if you really truly help yourself, then you could help your family. Okay, you could help the agency, the company you work for. You could help your community, and you just have something valuable to bring to the world. You have something in you that you could help other people. And when people don't have meaning, that means they don't have responsibility. So when you have responsibility, when you actually help yourself and you can help other people, then you actually have a purpose. You have meaning in life. So you have a moral obligation to look out for yourself because no one cares about you more, and no one could look out better for yourself than yourself. So I thought that was a great one. Okay, care about yourself. Really try your best to help yourself. It's not only going to help you, but something that you have to do. Rule number 3, make friends with people who want the best for you. Okay, genuinely care about you. You guys may have some friends. This is a good witness test. Okay, I did great. Oh, I made 100K this year, friend. Okay, are they happy for you or not? Do they get jealous? It's very difficult when you're trying to aim high and they're aiming low for you guys to be able to be happy for each other. Okay, so I thought this was great, and I'm really grateful for those of you guys here in my office that I could tell you guys truly care about the best for the agency. And those are something that I really appreciate in the business sense too, but outside of work too, especially when it comes to partners, spouses, and stuff like that. people who want the best for you, those are the people you want to really cherish. All right, and then rule number 4, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to someone else is today. So this one, he explains that, there's a lot of inequality in this world. Things are not even, right? Like there's people that make so much money and people who make so little money. And some people could say that's, unfair, it's capitalism is not working, but it happens in everything. It's like human nature. It's not capitalism fault. It's just human nature. Like people who are really good at singing, they're just really good. They sell a lot of records, and if you're just barely singing or you just have interest in selling, no one cares, okay? And the opportunities keeps coming to the people that are good. Because if you're really good, people are going to work with you. Like, I want to give this opportunity because I feel like it can help me. And if you're failing all the time, no one wants to mess with you because you're like, I don't want to, why do I have interest in you? Like, you're failing. So the gap gets wider and wider and wider. And they say that's capitalism not working its best, but socialism works the same way too, because what happens into socialism, the government just taxes the people that are doing well, they want to leave, and then whoever gets the richest are the actual government. The families that are leaders of the government. So the inequality happens in those countries too. Okay, so it's not like a societal thing. It's just human nature. It's like the best basketball players are just so much better because they keep playing, and then the people that don't play, they get worse and worse. So, and especially now with like social media, you could just compare yourself to everybody, and it's like literally everyone's better than you at everything. Like everyone's so much better, you feel like. At everything that you try to do, it's like, there's just nothing I could do to win. And you get into this place where you're just like jealous and just hopeless and you're just bitter. Some people get vengeful, and then you just feel like an endless failure. But you still have to compare yourself with someone or something, because that's what motivates people. You need something to aim at, right? So who should you compare yourself to?
Yourself.
That's it. It's really difficult to compare yourself with somebody else because we're all so different. Like, you don't know the detail of the other person's life. Like, you don't know you don't know anything about the other person's life. And who you should compare yourself, like Chris said, is like, it's easy. Like, it's you. Yesterday's you. Yesterday's you is very easy for you to compare yourself because you know yesterday's you better than anybody else, just like what we're talking about before. And you still want to aim high, but it's just incrementally just getting better. And better could be whatever definition you want to use. Like, you want to be better at making more money, or you want to be better at being a spouse, you want to be better to your kids, or you want to be, better looking or better dressed. Like, anything you want to pick, better could be your own thing. But you just want to get a little bit better every single day. And once you start doing that, it just compounds. Just compounds. You do that for a few years. Now you're in a position where you're not miserable. You're not feeling like a failure. And now you're actually taking care of other people. And once you have more responsibility, then you have more meaning in life. So let's get the ball rolling. Okay, the improvement's going to compound. And it's just part of, realistically, life is, a lot of it is suffering. And it makes it worth it. It makes all this misery that we have to go through worth it when you're improving every single day, and you get a level of certain improvement after several years. You'll find yourself in a position where you're like, hey, you know what? My life is meaningful because what I'm doing matters. I'm helping out my family. I'm helping out this company. And you're just going to feel so much better about your situation than what you are right now. So let's not compare ourselves to anybody else but yourself. Okay, that's why I make such a big deal of the BMEs, and I think that's a great way to motivate ourselves. All right, so let's do a little recap here. Treat yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to someone else's today. This is just 3 out of the 12. Anything that resonate with you guys, or anything you guys want to share, how you can help yourself improve? Oh, thank you.
Like me personally, to treat yourself like someone you're responsible for. I always make sure my kid's on time to everything. So give myself the same respect.
Yeah. It's funny, right? Like, sometimes you give advice to your kids and you're like, you know what, I should
take my own
advice. Yeah. So thank you for that. Yeah. Self-awareness of takes humility sometimes, to be like, hey, like, I could get better at this. But we all can get better. And how can you help yourself improve? Let's continue to learn. Okay. Maybe read this book. If you're at 50K, try to get to 75K. If you're a kid, 2 hours is the most I could handle in a day. Like you could be on the phone 2.5 hours. Okay, or if you're like, hey, I'm a little late. Let me get to the office 15 minutes before. Or let me get on the phones at this time. Like just make small changes. Like okay, it's hard for me to do 5 quotes. Like okay, let me at least do 5. Come on, I gotta do 5. Then you get to 6, and then you're writing more. So just start making small changes, and then one of the things that we're so blessed in this business. There's other businesses where you could try your best and you could just do great, right? But then like nobody notices. Like your boss doesn't notice. But this job, like you don't even need me to notice because it's just you get paid off your numbers. Like you could actually see it on paper. Like are they good? Like I don't need anybody to like give me like any verification because like this job is like based on your numbers. So we're blessed to work at a place where you actually can see if you're getting better or not. Not some subjective, boss saying like, good job, I like you, I don't like you. Like it's not that. It's just like you are producing and you can get better. So last thing here, how can you help yourself improve? That question here to me is just do more. I wish there was like an easier answer, but if you do more, you're gonna get better. And this is just something that's fresh off my memory, so I want to share with you guys who this is.
Yeah.
Anyone sharing here? Dodgers won the World Series. Who's happy about that here? All right, some of you guys, okay. Now, in the World Series, there's 4 games. You have to win 4 games. He won 3 of them. Okay, he was an MVP. The first game they lost, and then they're at Toronto. So if you lose 2 in a row, it's not a good sign, right? So he pitched game 2, and he pitched the whole game, which is very difficult to do. In the previous game, he pitched the whole game too. It's called a complete game. No one's done that in 24 years, to pitch 2 complete games in a row in the playoffs. All right, and then they lose 2 out of the next 3. So now they're down 3-2, and they're headed to Toronto, and they have to win 2 in a row up there. All right, and he's pitching game 6. So he pitches game 6, there was another 100 pitches, and he wins that game for them. Now it's do or die game 7. And I've been watching baseball for a long time, and I understand, okay, when you throw 100 pitches, the next day you gotta be so sore. Like that's why regular pitchers in the regular season, you have 5 days off before your next game. Like you give it your all, you have to rest 5 games, especially in the World Series, that type of pressure where you have to win or you lose. And then he goes into game 7. Game 7 is super tight. They're losing 3-0. They finally kind of make it back. And then he comes back in the 9th inning. Just with 0 days rest, he comes back in the 9th inning and he gets into all types of crazy situation. He pitches the 9th and then it's tied now. Dodgers miraculously tied it in the 9th inning. Then he goes to the 10th, he's still pitching. He goes to the 11th, he's still pitching. And then he wins it in the 11th inning for the team. At the end of the game, they interviewed him. He said, how were you able to do it? And his interpreter sucks, by the way, but but I will tell you, he said that, I remember in high school, after my starts, I would be sore for 10 days. And I just had to figure out how I could recover faster. So I started stretching, and he kind of went into it. And it's he was that sore for 10 days after pitching one day. He's I kept on wanting to cut my recovery time, and now I am here, and I can't believe I was able to do what I was able to do. He couldn't believe it. The only reason I share with you guys that is because, if he was an insurance agent, he's probably not thinking, I want to quote less.
I had a good day yesterday. Let me take a day off.
Yeah, or should I call off tomorrow? Right. He's probably not thinking let me work less hours tomorrow. I'm okay with making less money next year. He's thinking, how can I pitch more? That's his profession. And as insurance agents, we sell insurance. We should be thinking, how can I sell more? And that's the reason he makes $325 million contracts. He's the highest paid pitcher in the whole Major League Baseball.
I think also another thing that can kind of resonate to that, it's that he knew that he had people that were depending on him. So he was responsible for not just himself, but other people too.
Right. Yeah, his caption, he said, for you guys, I'll continue to throw. So it's a very simple caption. For you guys, I'll continue to throw. And then it's a picture of that's his whole team celebrating with him. So it's just a great inspirational story. Learn so much from sports. But yeah, let's pitch more, let's throw more, let's quote more, let's put in more hours, and then let's see where we end up, because that's really all it is. All I can ask for you guys, just do more, get better every day, every year. All right, thank you guys.